Basavanna was a great social reformer who strove to build a new social order free from caste, class, and orthodoxy. He was the leader of the medieval religious movement Veerasaivism, of which the Kannada Vachanas are the most important texts. If one were to choose a single poem to represent the whole extraordinary body of religious lyrics called the Vachanas, one cannot do better than choose the above poem of Basavanna. It dramatizes several of the themes and oppositions characteristics of the movement called Veerashaivism. Akka Mahadevi, Allama Prabhu, Devara Dasimayya, or some of the other great Veerashaiva poets. A.K. Ramanujan, a renowned poet in English and Kannada, has translated the Vachanas into English. ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ವರ್ಷನ್ ಉಳ್ಳವರು ಶಿವಾಲಯ ಮಾಡುವರು ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಲಯ್ಯ ಬಡವನಯ್ಯ ಎನ್ನ ಕಾಲೆ ಕಂಬ ದೇಹವೇ ದೇಗುಲ ಶಿರವೇ ಹೊನ್ನ ಕಳಸವಯ್ಯ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ಕೇಳಯ್ಯ ಸ್ಥಾವರ ಕಳಿವುಂಟು ಜಂಗಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳವಿಲ್ಲ. ಪೊಯಮ್ 3 ದ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ವಚನ. ದ ರಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಶಿವ, ವಾಟ್ ಶಾಲ್ ಐ ಎ ಪೂರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ? My legs are pillars, the body the shrine, the head a cupola of gold. Listen, O Lord of the meeting rivers, things standing shall fall, but the moving ever shall stay. Hence, here the poet decides to please God by building a temple for him, but is a poor man, and hence cannot do so. He wonders in anguish whether he will ever be able to please God. He decides to treat his own body as a temple, with his legs for pillars, body for the shrine, and the head for a cupola of gold. He consoles himself, saying that things standing shall fall, meaning that building will be destroyed by wind, rain, and sunshine. He is happy that the moving ever shall stay, meaning that he will be able to carry the temple and his God forever with himself, and so it will never be destroyed. I shall stay. The poem or Vachana was written by Basavanna at a time when people other than high caste people or Brahmins could not enter temples. In this poem, Basavanna tells us that a rich man can offer to build grand temples in honor of gods, but poor man can't. However, with his devotion, that is, with pure thoughts, actions, and deeds, he can turn his body into a temple. He may offer his legs for pillars, his body for a shrine, and his head for a cupola. A temple of faith is immortal, as human beings live on generation after generation. But a temple of stone will perish sooner or later. With his analogy, the lyricist is telling us that faith in the heart is more important than cold stone structures dedicated to a god. To him, true faith is more important than display of wealth by the rich who put up such structures.